Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hole in One Show podcast. I'm your host, Dave Schultz. Welcome into episode 5 of 6 of this pilot season, if you will. Thrilled for all of you who have been following along. It's been fun to get the texts and understanding that there are people out there that watch. So really appreciate it. We've had fun, and it's just fun talking golf and just getting out of the office a little bit in the middle of the busy time of the year and getting in front of a microphone. And last week we had a lot of fun with Zach Sklebar, our assistant pro at the FCC, as well as Andy Carroll, our other assistant pro. And we mentioned we were getting ready for the member guest tournament at the FCC. And one guy that could not join us last week was our first assistant golf professional, Ryan Bailey. And so as we're getting ready for the podcast this week, I'm like, we have been so busy. I'm like, hey, I got a pod to do today. What are you doing? He goes, well, I got a lesson at 4 until 5. I said, okay, that sounds good. What's your 5 o'clock hour like? And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. I said, good. So here we go. We're going to welcome in Ryan Bailey, the first assistant pro at the Fargo Country Club. Ryan Bailey, welcome, man. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Honestly, you're doing too much service. I've been asking for weeks to get on the show, and finally, I think 6 people canceled, and I got the call, so I'm pretty excited. Great on the microphone, as seen at FCC couples nights.
Yeah. Yes, FCC couples nights. Ryan's been a great addition to the team. You fell into our lap. We were so lucky to have you, Zach Sklebar, and you go back, play professional golf. Let's talk about you a little bit. You have an interesting background. You're from a place that I don't know a lot of people from, and maybe a lot of people in this area don't. Take it away.
Yeah, so born and raised in Anchorage, Alaska. It's not part of Canada. It's America. So let's clear that up. Yeah, born and raised up there. At 18, I was going to go play hockey, play golf, play baseball. So I went and did a year of baseball at Minnesota State, Fergus Falls. Did a year down there. Realized those guys are very good at that next level in baseball, and 5'10", probably not going to cut it. Yeah. So went back home, trained up, went down to Arizona for golf, and was down there for 6 seasons playing professional golf and doing everything I could to make it happen. And
what was that like? Did you see some success down there playing full time?
What I thought was success, I realized what everyone else is average. You know, everyone thought 2 under was really good where I was from. And 2 under is kind of expected, I guess, at that professional level. So
yeah, that's the new par, isn't it?
Yeah, I got really good at making cuts, and that's about it. So it was a ton of fun.
Get your entry fee back.
Pretty much. Yeah. Cover the gas costs. But yeah, I learned a lot, and it was a ton of fun, really good experience for me as a young kid, learning how to budget, plan things, market myself to people for sponsorships. Yeah. It was really good.
Now, I would imagine that on the first tee, when you're saying from Anchorage, from Alaska, they're like, what?
Oh, everyone.
How many golfers are from Alaska?
Not many down there.
Right.
Not many.
Right. And so what's the season like in Alaska? Are you literally playing all day, or what would you do?
So this season,
I would not want to work in that golf shop.
No, it's
mid-June.
It's a 4 a.m. open, and a 10:30 p.m. close.
It's like a member guest every day.
Every day. And there's people there waiting for you to open up.
At 4?
At 4. They got to get there at 18.
Round.
Oh, yeah. They got to get 18 in before work. And so,
what is that?
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it's 24/7 sunlight pretty much. You can go out to the lake, be on the boat at 11 p.m., jet skiing. It's a ton of fun. The season's very short. Mm-hmm. It's mid-June is probably peak time. The green's really stimping at like 10, so it's lightning quick for people up there. Yeah, some of the best memories as a junior golfer was playing at the club and being out there at 10:30 p.m. with your buddies. Yeah,
and we think we can play late until about 10, but I would imagine up there. What did you do to stay busy in the winter?
Everything. I started reading. I didn't know how to read.
It's a good start.
Yeah, everything.
Well, it's dark. Yeah, I better learn how to read.
Yeah, it was playing a ton of sports. That was pretty much how I got through it. Ton of hockey trips. Baseball trips, golf trips. It was anything I could do to get down to the South and go to Arizona, Vegas, anything for any tournament. I don't even care. Just put me on the team and I'll do my best to get out of here. Right.
So so doing the math, 26, 27? Mm-hmm. 27?
28.
28. And how often do you get back to Alaska?
Went back last summer for the first time in a long time. I've been a couple years at that point, but yeah, spent the summer back home. Saw my sisters who are 9 and 11 years old, so they're at the prime age of a lot of attitude.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I hadn't seen them in a long time. So when last time I saw them, they were probably 8, 7.
Yeah.
And then now they got attitudes and personalities, so it's kind of fun to see them.
Just like Big Brother, right?
Yeah,
That's
pretty
good,
much.
man. You got to be able to have some stuff. So let's talk about how you made your way to Fargo. You came from Austin, Texas. How did you get to Austin in the first place?
So being back home, it started getting a little cold.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay, let's look at some. I've been enjoying golf and want to get back around the game and working teaching and kind of be on the golf side of stuff. And I started making some calls to friends in Phoenix, and they directed me to a club in Austin called the Hills.
The Hills Country Club?
Yep, just in Lakeway, Texas. And talked to the director of golf out there, Tommy Moore, great person, and gave me a good opportunity to come down there and kind of cut my teeth in the industry and learn. So it was good. I'd never been there before.
And this was your first job back into the business after playing?
Yeah. So after playing, COVID, tournament schedule gets cleared up. And I was, again, bored. So I was like, might as well go back to school and try to finish my degree in computer science. So spent a couple of years doing that. Didn't touch a club for a year and a half.
Wow.
Just burned out.
Sure.
It's tough.
Pro golf can do that.
Missing cuts hurts your feelings.
Yeah.
You take it personally, right? Like, it sucks. And you feel like you're playing your best golf and you're not making money and you're losing money. It's hard to stomach that.
Sure.
So.
But it doesn't mean you didn't have a passion for the game.
Oh, I loved it.
But you needed to step away.
Yeah, I was identifying myself in my tournament scores.
Absolutely.
Which a lot of professional athletes can do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it hurts.
It's a double edge because you have to be all in, and it has to mean everything to you.
Everything.
But then it can't mean too much.
Well, yeah, you taking it home.
Right. Absolutely. And you're always working, and you're always caring about it. And then when it doesn't go well, it's tough to take. I mean, for sure, it can tie to your identity, and you can work all day, and you're not guaranteed anything. And so I think it's great if you're obviously professional athletes or golfers, is you're working. You take that into the business world, you take that into the business side of golf. Well, you're going to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Because the work stacks. You start day stacking, and you start getting somewhere, and you start seeing success and build that confidence. And it's like, oh, wait, I got a paycheck this week. And
right.
And then 2 weeks from now. And it's like, oh, and I'm still around golf. And you're probably playing just as good, if not better, than you were when you're playing professional golf, because it's the joy of the game.
It's been a lot looser.
Yeah,
it feels a lot better when drives don't mean as much anymore.
Well, and one thing that you've brought to the FCC, you're an incredible teacher. How did that happen? Have you always been a student of the swing? I know you're working with a lot of people out at the club right now.
I've got to work with some really good coaches coming up, and that was something that I was lucky that they liked me and they gave me the opportunity to learn from them. So I've seen the Plain Truth guys. A couple guys out at Camelback who were more technical with the P1, P2 positions. So I've seen the back end of the golf swing, and I've seen more of the body turn of the golf swing. So what I realized is that I'm kind of a hybrid.
Yeah.
And so when I went into teaching I saw both sides of it. I saw that people really love to dive into that back side of the golf swing, and some people really want to dive into more rotation. And I feel comfortable teaching both.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of whatever people's bodies can do.
Well, and the cool thing is that you can translate into shooting scores, right? Because your focus was playing the game, getting the ball in the hole, and so you can take the work on the range and translate it onto the golf course, which is it's unique. I mean, that's special. Not a lot of playing professionals go back to the teaching side, and I think it's pretty doggone cool.
Yeah, it's something I've noticed too with our members, which they're great. They work really hard. Is on the range, it's really easy to get into a tempo of just beating balls.
Yeah.
So when we're getting comfortable, I see them hitting 6, 7 in a row. Hang on, let's design a hole here.
Yeah.
Right? Let's hit a tee shot.
Right, hit a shot.
Yeah, right. We got 2 flags. Let's make the fairway and let's put some pressure on here. Picture hole 1, bunker left, going over the right edge. Mm-hmm. Great, you hit a great tee shot. Now we got bunker short, right? And it's putting a little pressure on them and seeing them kind of like realize that on the range that's how professionals practice. And it's kind of cool, like opening that door to some people.
Right. It's been great. So, and now your role at the FCC is more on the business side too, you know, within the golf shop and scoring events and getting, marketing events and getting people together and excited about playing events. One thing you did last week at the member guest, we had a great tournament and you ran scoring, and the event went extremely well. You ran scoring this year. I ran scoring last year. The tournament went way better scoring this year. Great job. What did you think about your first member guest at the FCC? It was fun.
You're not giving yourself enough credit.
No,
you're at the highest level, making it easier for everyone else. And we have such a great team that you brought in. Like it really is something where if someone has a role and a job to do, it makes it easy because you're able to just focus on what I need to do. So my job, get the scorecards out.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone understands the rules. Get the scorecards back in, tally it up.
Yeah. The nice thing about this time of year is we have the kids back from the young men and women back from college, so we have people.
Yeah.
And from June 1, everybody's like, gosh, you just must be so busy. Yes, but we have people.
Great people.
June 1 to August 1, we have people. And it's actually the shoulder seasons that's kind of get tough. You know, like, oh, where'd you go? Oh, they're in school. Where'd you go? Oh, I have class today. I'll be there at 3. So it's been nice to have people in places to put them in place to run these tournaments. Clarity of role, right? And you were on scoring, and it was fun, and we had great weather. And everybody had a good time. So you've been fantastic at the FCC, and now we've been talking about this. I told you when you decided, you know where I'm going with this.
We go.
I told you when you're like, okay, I'll give Fargo Country Club 6 months, and I'll give it a shot. So. All right, April to the end of October was the plan. And that might still be the plan. But we got the hard sell going. I told you, I said, be careful. There's something about Fargo, North Dakota. I left for 10 years. I'm back. You know, Kelsey. That's in my family. But there's something about Fargo. There's something in the water that, careful, you might not leave, Bailey. You might not leave. And your comment to me is like, I'm bringing my own water.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You're thinking about staying.
Yeah. No, it's been great here. The membership's great. The people are fantastic.
Yeah.
City of Fargo, it's different than what I've been used to, but has charm, I guess you could say. And again, it's the people that make the place. I say this all while it's sunny and nice out. Yeah. So talk to me in December when we're doing this with mittens on. But
2 mittens.
Yeah.
3 jackets. Well, look, vacation time. We'll make sure it's right for you.
We're gonna iron that out.
You can go home to Alaska if you want. We'll go down to the PGA show. Florida's perfect in January. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Now we have some competition going on next week. We have a great ladies program. The ladies are they just crush it out there. They're there all the time, and you do a lot of good work with the ladies golf. And we have a major on the schedule this coming Monday, and that's what we're going to get to right after this. It is the Pro Gal next Monday at Detroit Country Club, and we have our squads, and we'll outline it right after this.
Any bank can tell you they have a rock-solid commitment to agriculture. Bell can prove it. To this day, every Bell Bank branch is partially built with rocks we've picked from our founder's farm. But our roots in ag have grown more than a few offices. They've shaped who we are and formed our entire approach to banking. Let us prove it to you as you grow your farm and prepare your legacy for the next generation. Bell Bank, committed to ag.
Golf to me is patience.
It's weird to say, but golf is life.
It is. It's the ultimate game of life.
You know, it's an individual sport.
You have to put in a lot of work to get minimally better. And that's kind of the beauty of it. You come back to improve.
That's why I love golf, is just every shot is different.
That next round, that next shot, you know, it could be that start of a story.
I don't even want to say a game. It's more than a game.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hole in One Show podcast. Pull out your phones. We've got, go to Instagram, Real Ryan Bailey. Real Ryan Bailey. Bailey. Let's get this guy some followers. 1,602 followers.
Yeah, pump it up.
And let's talk about this. You post a lot of golf swings. You are a student of the game. You're a student of the golf swing. This is good stuff. What motivates you to put this on Instagram and people really follow it and check it out?
It just looks really nice.
It just looks really nice.
It's just genetics, I guess. I don't know. I'm just really talented.
That's great. Ladies, he's single, by the way. Speaking of, we have the Pro Gal this coming Monday at Detroit Country Club. Now, you haven't played Detroit Country Club. It's the home of the Pine to Palm. A lot of history. Cool little course. Kind of the most dangerous course in America. I mean, the holes are close together, and there are some greens that are right in the landing area of a slice from the hole over. So just be head on a swivel at the DL Country Club.
Okay.
But it is a really cute, cool course. Tom Dolby is now the head golf pro there, and they've done some changes, and there's a lot of energy, and I think you'll have a lot of fun tomorrow. You're playing a practice round tomorrow with a couple of the ladies, right?
A couple of ladies, couple on your team actually. So
okay,
gonna kind of get the download from them, see what they're up to.
Okay, So this pro gal is 4 ladies, 1 pro. I think you take 1 gross, 1 net, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But is this going to be your first competition since entering North Dakota? Is this it? Other than the scratch game?
Other than scratch games, yeah. I guess I should be nervous.
I mean, no. You'll see the course
Are the hands
tomorrow.
going to tighten up a little bit?
They might. They might. So your game, what is your game like? Do you hit a cut? You hit a draw? What's your lowest score? Get some background on that.
Yeah, so lowest tournament score is 67, which I was really proud of. Again, didn't make too much money, but I play a straight ball. I like to be able to work the ball both ways. As a kid, I watched a lot of Adam Scott. So
it's a good swing to watch.
Yeah, right. And that's who I tried to model my game after, was someone that could hit a nice draw, but also work the ball both ways. And I used to hit it far. Don't hit as far now. So I've tried to get a lot better with my bit irons and wedges. And
so you're under the gun. It's the pro gal, and you're in the hunt with a couple holes left. Are you hitting a cut? Or are you hitting a draw?
I'm hammering a draw.
Hammering a draw.
Hammering a draw.
Okay. Let's say you're 7 over on the 17th hole, and you do not want to shoot 80. What shot are you hitting off the tee? So when you're hitting it great, you're hitting a draw.
Yeah. When
you're trying not to shoot 80, what shot are you hitting?
We are teeing it low and hitting a nice tight cut to the fairway.
The exact opposite shot.
The exact opposite.
That's incredible, right?
Yeah,
a fairway finder, just get me out of here.
Just make a
versus I'm about to peacock this thing and send it.
It's funny, just the highs and lows of golf. You can do the same thing in one round.
2 completely different shots.
Oh yeah.
I'm hitting a high draw, and I'm going to step off that tee. Yep. I'm going to tee it low and hit a little cut off the right side.
No, it's one of my favorite memories. We were playing California in Morro Bay, and my dad was caddying for me, and I think I was 20 at the time, just cocky, just the worst type of person. And I was playing
Your dad? Or no, you're talking.
No, my dad's great. Yeah, my dad's great, but
I'm 20 in the worst time kind of person.
I'm just so confident, and I think I was 2 under, probably 6 shots off the lead. But in my mind, I'm playing great.
Yeah.
I hit this, just hammer a driver down the right side, right to the middle of the fairway, and I start walking, and I'm just holding the driver behind me for my dad to run and grab the handle from me.
Yeah.
I'll never do that again, because he looked at me and he's like, "Have you ever tried to pull that with me?" Like this cocky little...
Yeah.
Because I'm just Rory pumping down the fairway at this point, and I'm just holding the handle behind me, and my sister said it looked so silly. So my dad's running after me trying to grab the handle, and I'm just zooming. So
he caught up to you. And
he caught up to me.
And he was like, don't do that again.
Give me a little chat.
That's funny. I have my best story with a caddy is also my dad.
Yeah.
So I was on the nationwide tour at the time, now Corn Ferry tour, and we were in Maryland, Richmond, Virginia. And he was in the area at the time. He was working out of DC, and he came and watched the weekend. So made the cut, and on Sunday they're watching 2 holes left, a par 3 and then a par 5. And I told my caddy at the time, I said, look, we're not in contention. I want to do something cool. Dad doesn't get to be at very many golf tournaments, especially at the professional level. Is it cool if my dad caddies the last hole? And my caddy's like, yeah, absolutely. I'd like to take an early lunch. For sure, done. So we get done with that par 3. We get to the 18th tee, and I'm standing on the tee, and I go, Dad, come on up here. And he was jacked. Yeah. He was pumped. He's like, all right, now he's just... the show is, I don't know, you never met my dad, but the show was then about him. Like this next hole is about Ed caddying. It has nothing to do with Dave playing the hole. So I pull this, it's a par 5. You could get there in 2 if you bomb one, but I pulled the driver into the left bunker, so it was an auto layup with a sand wedge, whatever. Yeah. Well, I get in the bunker, and I just hit my layup shot. Actually, it was an 8-iron. Hit my layup shot to a sand wedge out. And I get out of the bunker, I tap the sand off my cleats, and I start walking. I get out of the bunker, and my dad's already 15 feet in front of me, like walking to the ball. And I'm tapping my shoes. I'm like, Dad, where are you going? And he looked at the bunker. He said, you hit it in there. You rake it. And that was it. Like, the show was about him. He was going to be the lead dog, walking down the fairway with the clubs. And I'll never forget it. He made me rake my own bunker, the one hole that he ever caddied for me in professional golf.
And he's just bouncing down the fairway.
Oh, he was bouncing. He was pretty jacked. He was the cocky guy with the clubs. He thought he was big. And they were the big bag. So he felt like he had to get his mind right to carry that thing. But yeah, you hit it in there. Why don't you rake it? So speaking of this coming Monday, we got great ladies we're going to play with. We'll recap this on the show next week. We'll probably have some Instagram action on your Instagram, and we'll tweet it from the Fargo Country Club Golf Shop. It's going to be fun. It'll be see what we can do on that course. I'm interested to see what you think about the Detroit Country Club.
Well, Matt Rubis today on the range told me there's 15 chances of birdie, and he said that with a straight face.
Oh yeah,
and it seems like just green light territory.
Yeah, I think Kane has the course record. I don't know if it was 59, but it
said it was 59.
Was it 59?
59 is.
Yeah, you get hot. He must get in the window.
Yeah, he was moving.
He's moving. The window was open.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well, Ryan, this has been fun. This has been a little Joe Rogan golf pro-ish. The stories are abundant out of a golf shop, aren't they?
I mean,
because you're getting, and this isn't, I'm not picking on FCC members. I'm not picking on Maple River where I used to work. The bottom line is you see at the Hills Country Club in Austin, you get people on different days.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It could be the best day in the world, or they could just have a poor day at work, and they're coming to the golf course. You get so many different things, and that's the great thing about working in the business is every day is different.
Oh yeah.
Some days it's great, some days it's kind of tough days, but like any job, obviously now you're getting into the PGA program, and you're really good at what you do in this line of work. You love to be around golf. What attracts you to the business at this point?
The easy answer is the members. Like it's easy to work with people that are happy to be there, right? And as you said, like some days it's not so happy. It could be a tough day at work, and they come to the course angry. I love to be around the course.
Yeah, it's a good place, right?
Yeah, it's peaceful. It's funny to think that tournaments it's so stressful, but away from tournaments, it's just a great place to be. And
that's why people watching tournaments are like, well, why is he freaking out? This is beautiful out here. Well, it's a different world. It's a different game.
Today in my playing lesson, two of my teammates, putting the pressure on them.
Oh my gosh, you're giving your teammates playing lessons?
Oh, it was hard work today.
Oh, I'm getting outworked.
No, I had them to the grindstone.
Oh my goodness.
I hit a 9 iron.
Pro gal.
Yeah.
Early favorites.
Hit a 9 iron to like 15 feet and pulled it a bit. And like I just dropped my club, just being a baby. And the two girls with me are like, amazing shot. Oh my gosh. And I'm my donkey, I pulled that. And it's like it's funny seeing them and like their perspective of just on the green, it's a great shot. And then it's easy to be really negative with yourself. So it's nice to kind of check yourself, and that's that nice side of golf, and it's nice to be around.
Now the stories, like we have touched on, you got any good stories? From the golf business? And I mean, I got one time that I was yelled at for how fast people left the golf course in their cars. I said, well, I'm going to get on controlling that right after I make sure it's sunny tomorrow. I mean, there are some things that people think they're in your control that are just not in your control. But you got any good stories?
I actually do have one now that you bring it up. So 4:30 in the morning, back at my home club.
Eighth tee time of the day.
Yeah, no, literally. I'm working the shop, and we can't get in. The door's budged. The outside door's locked. You have to unlock it from the inside.
Okay.
And it's me and the other, he was the intern at the time, Austin, who's now over in New Zealand. So we can't get in. And it's an older building, and the door's just blocked. The key broke off in it, and we're stuck. So some of our players that come out there a lot are professional hockey players and guys that were in the NHL for a long time. So Scott Gomez is there, and he's a super nice guy. And we're looking at like the ceiling tiles, and we're talking about like if you go up and over, you can drop into the shop.
No kid, no way.
Yeah. So I get on his shoulders. He gets me up into the ceiling.
You're the guy.
I was the smallest one.
Okay.
So I mean, he's not going up there. He's like 220 pounds.
Yeah.
He's huge. And
Here, let me throw you up through the wood.
Yeah, and like
through the ceiling.
Yeah, and like. So I'm up there climbing through, and on the security camera, you see me just falling through the ceiling, through the door. And it was the funniest thing ever. And it's just me falling through the tile, dust, everything everywhere.
You had to open the shop.
No, we had to get in there. It was a busy day. Yeah, that was probably the funniest moment. Just the fact that it was on camera too, and like all day people were watching it. But it was
replay.
Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff.
Well, I'm sure we'll encounter some more stories as the days go by. But it's great to be a teammate with you at the FCC. Great to have you in Fargo, and I'll keep I'll keep plugging away to keep you here longer than the end of October. It's looking promising. You're great, man, and thanks for being on the Hole in One Show podcast on short notice. This was fun. This was a lot of fun.
6 week asking to be here. I'm just glad everyone canceled. I might have cut some tires, but it's okay. Things had to happen for me to get here, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, that's the effort you kind of put in to be on the show, and you're playing lessons 5 days before the Pro Gal. I mean, this is going to be. We'll recap the Pro Gal and scores on next week's the final, the 6th of 6 podcast. Bailey, thanks, buddy.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, folks. Like I said, this was 5 of 6. Next week's the final one, and we'll see what we do after that. But thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next week.